Good afternoon. I'm Susan Denter, the new chair of the PAPCOR board. Welcome to PAP's Zoom fundraising workshop. Before we go on, I'd like to just let you know that Linda Moses, our sitting past president, has joined us today, as well as 3 board members, Raina Becker, Nancy Levinson, and Parla Karp. So welcome all of you to a workshop. These past few months have been very difficult for all of us to know what we should be doing regarding fundraising. But as I've said before, cancer doesn't go away and neither should we. Our mission of raising funds for cancer research depends on us, even more so than ever. Lori, Beverly, and I are so excited that you are participating in this workshop with us today. Both Lori and Beverly have some great ideas that they will share with you on how to fundraise virtually. We also look forward to hearing your thoughts and your ideas. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Lori.
Thank you, Susan. Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you out there, and thanks so much for joining us today. At this time, we've all been muted, or you've all been muted, and we request that you stay in mute mode for now. If you're on video, it has nothing to do with the sound, so you hopefully will hear us, but we can't hear you. And I wanted to share that this Zoom session is being recorded. As we go through the presentation, I want to suggest that you take notes. A Q&A session has been planned, and each chapter will have opportunity to ask questions. When we reach that portion, more details will be shared with you, and at that point, we'll open up to all your questions. We'll probably go through this presentation pretty quickly since our time on Zoom is somewhat limited, but we will follow up with handouts after all the workshops are completed. This is the last workshop that we're doing. And so probably in the next week or two, you'll see follow-up, and we'll also add all the information to our website under Officers Only for you to print out and share with your membership if you'd like. So now please sit back, enjoy the presentation as I turn it over to Beverly.
Thanks, Lori, and thank you, Susan. It's good to have you all here today, and this is the last of a series of 4 workshops, and we hope to resume another series later in the fall. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that in today's climate, all of us as fundraisers have to be more creative and active as ever before. Our goal today is simple: take a few good ideas and begin working to encourage participation and giving. Our path is clear. We have the same mission as we've always had: raising funds for cancer research. We should all feel the responsibility to move forward. We can do this by taking something old and making it look new again, by reaching out and encouraging people to enjoy each other at a distance, and at the same time give as generously as possible. Our patients and future patients are counting on us. You and your role as fundraisers are vital to the future of the PAPCOR. So let's plan together. Let's enjoy all the fundraising possibilities we present today and create success. And now I'll turn it back to Lori. Thank you.
Thanks, Beverly. Well, I really sincerely believe that it's always important to remember that we're all in this together. The PAPCOR is one united organization, and the team at the main office is here for you. If you have questions or need our assistance in any way, please reach out. And we really want to hear from you about your ideas. So tell me the things you've tried and the success that you've had. Brag about it, and share your photos and your stories with me so that we can put it up on our social media pages and share with other membership. If you have thoughts and ideas about something but you're not quite sure how to get started, contact me, please, and I would love to brainstorm with you. On the topic of walking, I'm going to start with the DCC. At this time, we do not know what, if anything, is being planned for the DCC. I checked their website and I haven't seen anything mentioned for 2021, but that's not really that unusual at this early stage. The Dolphins, DCC, and the PAPCOR are 2 separate organizations, and we each do our own individual fundraising. If and when there is another DCC, we would support your attendance and your members' attendance. However, I'm encouraging you to plan a walk event for your chapter because the walks and the funds are a perfect way to raise money, and our members love it. This year, our walks did great. Even with cancellations and postponements, the walk raised over $250,000, and we had 31 chapters hosting some kind of walking event. I know that you in your communities can make it an even bigger success. You have the size and the resources available to add to this. I was really happy when I learned these results. I'm proud of all the teams, and I want to thank all of them for doing so well and giving it their best. Moving forward, we want to call our chapter walks Laps for PAP, and a tagline using "Let's Give Together." You can create a theme, your chapter can create a theme and use this name and tagline with their personal theme. And it's definitely working. In today's environment, it's difficult to plan an event with large groups. We all know that. Laps for PAP can be done virtually or in a small group or even with individual participants. Our official walk period will remain the same for 2021, January through April, but walking is a year-round event in Florida, and you can plan more than one date. So please contact me for details. I'm happy to, I was going to say meet with you, but right now I'm a little hesitant, so we can meet virtually. But yeah, I would be happy to speak with you online, and I'm happy to help you plan your events. We'll be planning a walk meeting for the fall, and details will come out probably in the next few months with that information. Let's face it, this isn't the same event, and we really don't know how long things are going to be this way. So be resourceful, and let's not turn a blind eye to new fundraising possibilities. Some of the ideas we're using with our online Laps for PAP project include walking, running, biking, make it virtual for PAP. Walk with family and friends, just reach out and get creative. I put up a cell phone and talk to your family up north. You can all walk together and ask them to support you in your walk. Try using the internet for ideas. There's a new term, new buzzword in the development field. It's peer-to-peer fundraising. And if you want, you can Google it, P-E-E-R-T-O-P-E-E-R. And it's interesting because it's really a lot of what we're already doing and talking about, making something old new again. So I know that Beverly has some really fun updates to share with you. I'm going to turn it back to Beverly.
Thanks, Lori. I'd like to talk to you about Footloose and Cancer Free. We've been in touch with the Opal Grant, and they've been amazing at working with us to reschedule. Obviously, we don't know definitely, but we know the date, but we know definitely we will go forward with Footloose and Cancer Free. And as of now, we have rescheduled the event at the Opal Grant for March 21, 2021. We've spoken to our dancers. Of course, we respect their comfort level. When they would like to practice, they need about 2 months prior to the event to practice together for the event. And we will keep you in touch with our plans. We're hoping to do Footloose in person so we can all sit in a room and enjoy together. But if we have to do a virtual Footloose, we'll talk to you about that as soon as possible. It's in the works, and as I said, we will go forward with Footloose. It's our signature event, and it's a wonderful time for all, and our dancers have put in so much time and effort to date in practicing for this. So we want to support them. They're still excited about it, and they do want to present their beautiful dances to you. In addition, I'd like to talk to you about the Garden of Hope. I'd like to give you an update and tell you that we are selling bricks. Every week, Stacia tells me that people are ordering bricks, and I'm really happy to hear that. Our garden has been redesigned. We have a beautiful fountain in the center of our garden. We have availability of many more benches than we had previously. We started with the availability of 7, and now we have many more available to be placed on the path of hope, which is a path leading from the garden. It will lead from the Garden of Hope down to the water, which is a lake or in the back of the building. The garden is absolutely beautiful with florals. And I want to say to you that we are very grateful for your patience, including our partners, Sylvester, who send that message of thank you for your patience on this project. We do not have a date for the planting of the garden. One of the reasons that we do not have a date as yet is because the COVID testing tent sits on the same area as the Garden of Hope will be. And until such time as the tent can be moved, it's probably the only area that they can place the tent. And until that time, we won't have a definite date. We are, however, in the process of permitting for the garden with both the county and other powers that be. And once the permits begin, our plans have been finalized. So the garden, the look of the garden is set, and hopefully the permits will come through. And as soon as the University of Miami and Sylvester gives the green light, the garden will be planted. I want to say it's my view that this is one of the best fundraisers at the moment that you can persuade your chapters to voluntarily send money for bricks, for your boards perhaps to buy a chapter brick. Also, our benches are being sold at $10,000 each, as they have been. And as I said, that to me, this is one of the major fundraisers that people will, it's the future. It's the future. People will look at and feel good about that they will be a part of this beautiful area. I also want to tell you another opportunity that's come our way, the Fountain of Hope. It will sit in the middle of the Garden of Hope, and the fountain will house 4 plaques. We have priced each plaque at $25,000 a plaque, and we have asked several of our country clubs if they are interested, along with other chapters, in purchasing a plaque. We do have interest in a couple of them. So if you would consider perhaps a group donation for a plaque on the Fountain of Hope, $25,000. And we'll get back to you with the date of these projects. And certainly we want you to know that as soon as possible, we are more than willing to tell you the date and advertise it. And as I said, thank you for your patience, those of you who have purchased. And hopefully it will be sooner than later, as soon as construction can begin. Lori, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Okay, great. All right, well, let's put the fun back in fundraising. These next few suggestions can be planned for any size group, live or virtually. So why not try an online cooking class or group? Select a local chef to donate their time and talent. Maybe even you have somebody in your community that loves to cook and would be fun to do a presentation, or a local restaurant chef. With a local restaurant chef, you might even suggest that this will help promote their business too. So make sure you're asking people to donate their time and skills, and we have to do everything in our power right now to limit our expenses. It's all about the revenue and raising money. How to make this happen? Create an invitation for your membership. They will respond to with their payment, either check or credit card, and whatever amount fits your community. And then you'll forward a private link to the class. You can also send out a recipe, a wine list, drink suggestions in advance of the session. So people can have it all ready and available when the class begins. I've even heard of a couple chapters and organizations in other parts of the country that are sending out swag bags. I wouldn't recommend that you send food, but in the bags, if you create a theme, maybe then you could send out like a party hat or something that fits the colors of your theme, just to make it fun. And you could drop it off on every doorstep and they'll have it ready for when they join the Zoom or whatever type of virtual you're gonna do. So you'll also, it's a perfect way to cook and to observe. I'm personally, I'm not a cook, but I think I'd have a great time doing something like this. To taste and enjoy a meal together, but apart and safely, is a perfect way to raise some money. Consider doing it as a series. So just as an example, maybe you'll do 5 cooking classes and you can charge whatever you want. You could charge 25, 50, 100. 10,000. I don't care what you charge per session, but just for an example, if you charge $25 and you have 5 sessions and you charge $100, so they get 5 sessions for the price of 4. That's a suggestion that came up, and maybe it's a nice way to get them to do the series and raise a little bit more money. And another option would be to take the recipes that they have from these sessions and maybe add additional recipes depending on the chef and a couple other chefs that you know that might be willing to share their recipes, and create a cookbook or calendar. Someone even joked about calling it COVID-19 edition, or maybe a catchy title that says while you were out, or in this case, while you were in. But make it fun and share that with your community. And it's just an extension of your fundraising. And I'm going to turn this again back to Beverly to add some things.
Thanks, Lori. I do want to add something to the offer of the Fountain of Hope. This is a direct donation. It is not to be included with any of your assigned events or programs. So if you're interested, please get in touch with me, Beverly at thepapcorps.org. And now I'd like to talk to you about something old that we suggested many years ago to our chapters, and it's called Let's Do. These Let's Do themes. We had Let's Do Lunch, where we at that time promoted groups of people having lunch, perhaps on the same day, in many houses, and collecting a fee for lunch. Maybe 5 people would sit at a table, it'd be $10 a person, and then it would rotate from house to house. Today we can't do, most likely, Let's Do together unless we have an area where we can social distance. But there are many things we can do in Let's Do, including Zoom. We can arrange Zoom parties of Let's Do lunch, Let's Do happy hour, Let's Do dress up, Let's Do birthday parties, and it's a wonderful opportunity to have a fundraiser that's easy. You can arrange it for many groups of people on the same day. You can arrange it for people who want to do it on specific days, and they're not all the same days. And it can continue from week to week or every other week. And it's a wonderful fundraiser and enjoyable. You can have a theme on your lunch, Italian or salads or whatever. It is really fun. Many of us do Zoom with friends. Many of us do that for happy hour, so we can stay connected. This is something to think about as a fundraiser. And if you want to, please get in touch with Stacia. She can arrange Zoom on a monthly basis to tell you how to do it, and you don't have to sign a contract. You can sign up for a few months to Let's Do together. And Stacia at thepapcorps.org, or Rich at thepapcorps.org, and they both can help you. Rich as well, Rich Grable. As I said, you know, if you have these circles, these chains of people, it will add up. Your fundraising will add up. You can also consider creating a circle of people to socially distance, perhaps in your backyards, and to make that a fundraiser. Have a cocktail hour, have a whatever, lemonade, and have a tea, but in your backyard so you can be together and enjoy each other at a safe distance. These are things that I think will bring your chapter members together and will bring revenue into your chapter. Okay, Lori, let's talk more virtual.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that everyone is playing something online games, Mahjong, Canasta, Bridge, Rummikub. Tons of people are doing this anyway. So my suggestion is we might as well incorporate it into our fundraising. It could take the place of a card party. It could dedicate a day or a week or whatever works for you and your chapter to play and make a gift to the PAP Corps. You can have snacks. You can ask people to have snacks virtually, maybe share a cocktail or specialty recipe and toast each other and just have some fun playing cards or whatever game you normally would play. So again, it's something that we're already doing. We might as well just do it and benefit the PAP Corps. Another suggestion that was made was to have an art contest, and you can include your neighbors and members, challenge all to post their grandchildren's artwork or their children's artwork. use our fundraising platform, which is called Mobile Cause, to collect votes. So Mobile Cause is the platform that we used for Footloose last year. And we also used it for our walks. And basically people would pay to vote. In the case of Footloose, it was $5 a vote. You can identify a price that fits your needs. It could be $5, $10. I mean, if you're talking about your grandchildren, they're worth a lot more, I'm sure. So that's up to you. You set the levels, and someone on our staff can help you set this up. The most votes will win a prize. So make it something fun. It's the kids that win the prize. You might even have more than one level winning if you have different age groups. So maybe it's a new bike, or I don't really know what kids like anymore. Electronics. I ask the kids, and then go out and get it donated, whatever it is. You can also reach out to businesses such as Pinot Palette in Boca. They are now doing virtual art fundraising. I haven't spoken to them personally, but I've heard that there are programs that they're doing that are a lot of fun. It's kind of like paint and sip, but they're doing it virtually. So their phone number, if you want, you can call them, is 561-939-1054. And you can reach them online at Pinot Palette, P as in Paul, INOTSPALLETTE.com/Boca Raton. And see what they have to offer, and also reach out to others like them. And another suggestion that was made is popcorn in a movie. And I really guess it could be called pizza in a movie, or anything in a movie, whatever works. It's all new to me, but I think it's a great idea to raise money and have fun. So in this case, you would be using Netflix or Zoom, and you can host an event and watch a movie. You charge a fee. Your guests pay in advance before the event and receive a private link to the movie. So you may actually want to join with a neighboring chapter, but your chapters are so active and you have so many members. I think you have a lot of people and you can really raise a lot of money with this event. Suggest to your guests that they bring the popcorn or the pizza. Don't forget the beer, and maybe even host a discussion group after to talk about the movie. So there'll be details included in the follow-up that I'm sending, and I have at least 2 pages of information to tell you how to work with Netflix to produce this. And of course, last but not least, an oldie but a goodie, birthday grams, birthday buddies, different chapters call them different things. And it's important to mention these as a reminder, even if you're already doing it, because it's a really great way to raise extra money and not as much effort as maybe doing a big dinner kind of thing. So typically they're monthly. Some chapters do it quarterly. It's usually $1 a gram or a buddy. And just, imagine if all our chapters did it with all the members that we have, how this could add up. So birthday grams are sent out to wish your friends and neighbors and members happy birthday. Very simple. And consider doing this as a one-time thing. So instead of monthly, quarterly, maybe you want to encourage your members to think of an annual one-time gift. So for a full year, it could be $150 or $200. And then you get the whole year of birthday grams sent out automatically, and you don't have to worry about sending a check-in every couple of months. So if you aren't already doing this, please give it a try. We will include it in our fundraising follow-up. And if you are doing it, thank you, and hope you'll continue doing it. And now I think Beverly has breaking news to share with you.
I do have breaking news. We're going to be presenting a jumbo raffle. And we're going to be presenting that as a trip to Napa Valley, a beautiful hotel, and all the arrangements are being made as we speak. We're going to be offering a lot of goodies around this trip. It's going to include wine tours. We have a wine expert going to accompany you, the winner, on the trip, and we will be bringing details to you. We're very excited to present this jumbo raffle at a Zoom event, which we are planning to hold in November. It's going to be a wonderful event where we are going to have our wine connoisseur and most likely a chef to pair the wine with food. All the details will follow, but it's a pretty exciting venture, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible when details are finalized. So stay tuned for that terrific event. Now I want to introduce something to you that was introduced to me. And it's also, I think, a good fundraiser, something different. I had not heard of this before. Some of our chapters are participating in this. It's a calendar. It's the yearly calendar. So I'm going to explain it, and of course, we'll welcome questions. Take the 2021 calendar and sell all 365 days. Price a day, this is an example, at $10. Have one or two people purchase that day. The person may want to buy the family birthdays. A person may want to buy their anniversary, etc. Try to sell all 365 days at whatever price you arrange for per day. And make it a contest. So as soon as the calendar, it could go through 3 months, 5 months, whatever you determine is going to be the course to buy this calendar. Once it's finished with the purchase timeline, then hold a drawing for 2 winners. You can give the winners $200 each, whatever you determine. And it's a wonderful, wonderful resource of revenue with absolutely no work except for the chairs who will have to keep up the calendar purchase. Susan Dinter, actually, her chapter has been doing this. So Susan, do you want to add a few words to my presentation of it?
I mean, the only thing I would add is that Beverly's right. There's different options that you can pick. You can pick that you have 2 names per day or 4 names per day or whatever, and you can determine what your prize amount is, you know, whether it's 2 prizes, 3 prizes, or whatever. So there's a lot of different ways you can run this, but it's so easy. We had 2 people run ours, and last year we started it, and we've already started 2021. So, and we did really well with it. Like I said, it was easy, and we had a Zoom drawing in June for last year's, and we had 3 different dates picked, and each date won $200, whether there was 1 name on it or 2 names or whatever. So it was, yeah, it's a very easy and can be very successful fundraiser.
Thanks, Susan. Thank you. To all of you, I'm going to turn this over, unless Lori, do you have anything you want to add?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so first, of course, we want to thank you. We'd like to hear some of your ideas. We're trying our best to think a virtual way to fundraise, and we're hoping we're inspiring you to remember we must continue to fundraise for the success of the PAP Corps, and also because it's so vital to Sylvester.